Khan, Shalom, Shalom. All praises to the Most High God, Yahweh Bashum, Shalom, Balak, Yahweh Shah. Right, this all praises on the glorification unto the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of only God, saying Yahweh Shah. It's Brother Yasharala.
Brother Yakal.
Khan, come back, y'all. Yet another video through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Bashum, Yahweh Shah. Special guest in the building, man.
Shalom.
Right, first time doing a video together, man. Lord willing, there'll be plenty after this. In the flesh. Brother Yakal, man. God, Shalom. Right. So yeah, part of W5 Atlanta. Right. All praises. Let me just check this real quick. Right. But we be doing it on the power of faith, man.
Right. Spirit of faith.
Right.
Kick it off.
Yeah, you can kick it off. Right. Power of faith. So you gotta have faith in these last days. All right. You gotta have faith in the Most High. Come.
At the 16:11. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 1. Because you have to understand, how can you have faith if you don't know what faith is?
Right.
Anybody could say, let's say, in school, everybody, had that one thing and you was kind of left out. So then you was like, dang, well, I got it too.
Mm-hmm.
Then they kind of be like, pull it out, let's see. And you kind of don't got it. Right? How can you know? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, everybody got the new remember when the PS Vita came out? And everybody kind of had one. Hey, you kind of got to know what it is, man. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right? That's what faith is. It gives you the definition. That's Hebrews 11 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The evidence of things not seen. Just like how you can, the wind is there, but you can't see it. Right? You have faith that the wind is blowing. Right?
That's right. Khan, that's right, man. The evidence of things not seen, because we haven't seen Yahweh Shah, right? But we believe, you have faith that he's real, right? We haven't seen the Most High God, right, raise up the tribes of Jacob and deliver all of them. We haven't seen that, but we know that that's real, and we know we have faith, man. Right? Let's go to the book of, I got to preach it real quick, right? Khan, let's go to the book of, I'm going to go to Mark, right? Let's go to Mark chapter 11. Right, in verse 22, it says, and Yahweh Shah answering saith unto them, have faith in the Most High. So we just had to have faith in the Most High, right? Of course, have faith in what comes with that, keeping the commandments, right? Having the works, right? And also that faith. But it begins with your faith, man. That's what it tells you in the book of Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. That he that cometh to the Most
That's
right, come on,
already there.
Hey, bring that out.
Literally just right there.
Let's bring that out. Come on.
This is Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't come into the gates of the Lord. Right. You can't come into the presence of the Lord. You can't pray properly if you have not faith. Because it says, but without faith, it is impossible to please him.
Yeah.
For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is,
right,
and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So how can you expect to pray and have your prayers answered if you don't even believe that they're, that they're going to be? You have to put your mind in the mindset of, all right, this is already happening. This is already going to happen. That's what faith is. You believing that it's going to come to pass.
Right.
You believing that it is and it's real.
Right. That's right, man. And let's keep going in that. Mark chapter 11, verse 23. For verily I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. Because it's not easy to have faith, right? It might be easy to slap on some fringes, right? All you got to do is put it on, right? Come on. Hey, it might be easy, to just stand at camp. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take that much. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is just stand there, right? And then basically you be part of the camp. You know what I'm saying? You stand there, of course you do other stuff, but you basically, you can hold posts. But it takes a lot, right, to actually believe in the Lord, right? It takes a lot of that. You have to fast, right? You got to beseech the Most High, cry out to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Con, it's really off the Lord's grace that you actually believe in him. You know what I'm saying? On another level.
Con.
Right. Con.
And I got a quick point real quick.
Right.
This is what we was going into earlier. Hezekiah, his days being lifted.
Right.
I want to bring this out. This is Isaiah chapter 39. And I'm going to start at verse So like I'm gonna start at verse 4.
Right.
So like it. Now I'm gonna start at verse. Kind of got to get the context in the previous chapter. But basically, yeah, I'm gonna start at verse chapter 38 and verse 15.
Huh.
So like it, verse 11. So like it says, "I said, I shall not see the Lord, even the Lord in the land of the living. I shall behold man no more with the inhabitants of the world." Now Hezekiah, right? He was the king of Israel, the king of the southern kingdom, right?
Right.
And he was, getting in age. He was getting sick, right? So he had to believe, right, that he was going to live, right? Because he was in the mindset of, okay, look, I'm about to die. When you're about to die, you have all these thoughts racing through your head. You're not thinking about, about my retirement plan, has it come to fruition? No, you're not thinking about the ways and the cares of everything else. You're thinking about, dang, what can I do to what people have on their deathbed. I can't
Right.
speak because I never been on a deathbed,
Yeah.
but Hezekiah, he was there. It says, "I
Mhm.
said, I shall not see the Lord, even the Lord in the land of the living. I shall behold man no more with the inhabitants of the world. Mine age is departed and is removed from me as a shepherd's tent. I have cut off like a weaver my life. He will cut me off with pining sickness from day even to night without making end of me."
Right.
Right? So Hezekiah just knew that the Lord was going to cut him off. But the Lord had mercy on Hezekiah. Right?
Mhm.
It says, I'm going to skip down. It's like you. I'm going to skip down to chapter 30, 39 and verse 8. Right? Because the Lord, he healed Hezekiah. The Lord prolonged his life by 15 years. It says, "Then said Hezekiah to Isaiah, Good is the word of the Most High, which thou hast spoken. He said, Moreover, for there shall be peace and truth in my days." So, his faith, it went from like 0 to 100 when the Lord increased his days, right? So, just even small things that the Lord does for us can be faith boosters. That can build our faith up and prepare us for these last days.
Okay. That's right. Are you trying to get from me Mark 9 and verse 17? Right. Shall I? Let's get that precept. Right, because let's get a demonstration of that. Because your faith can bring you whatever you want. Right? Whatever you want in righteousness. That's what your faith can do for you. Right? It doesn't matter how long your damn fringes are. It doesn't matter. Right? It doesn't matter if you got the silky fringes on or if you got the you know what I'm saying. If you got the tiny ropes on, the two twists.
You cut them into your shirt.
Yeah, you cut them into your shirt.
Blue marker and make
right.
the ribbon of blue.
Right. That don't really matter. Right? Doesn't matter if your beard is damn 6 inches or 2 inches.
Or 2 hairs.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of 2 hairs. Brother saying I'm righteous than now.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Holier than now.
Holier than now because you got a nice beard. That doesn't matter to the Lord. If a man has enough faith, guess what? He can be saved, man, because he actually believes in the Lord. A man that has a lot of works, I'm led to believe that there's a man that has a lot more works than another man, right? And is more high esteemed than other men, right? Just because, you know what I'm saying? Or just because he's laboring a little bit more. But here's the thing. It boils down to, do you actually have faith in the Most High God, right? Because a lot of brothers, remember, so like before we go here, let's go to the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 2, right? And then we'll go to that precept. I just want to pull this real quick. 2 Thessalonians 3 and 2. And that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. So not everybody has faith. That's why the Most High, that's another reason why the Most High looking for that, man. Right? Because not all men have faith. That's a rarity in the earth. Right? Because the Lord said in 2 Ezra 5 and 1, that the land should be barren of faith. Nobody believes in the Most High God, right? But come on, let's get that precept real quick.
And even side note, in the end time headlines, I got a notification, and it said it was like a really, I can't remember this percentage exactly, but it was like a really small percentage of
Mhm.
people actually like believe in God. Like it says, more
Mhm.
people believe in like aliens,
Yeah,
like little green aliens,
yeah,
than God.
then yeah, exactly. You see that? So that shows you that this world has gone into idolatry, basically. You know?
Um,
But Khan, yeah. Mark 9 and verse 17.
Mark chapter 9 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which hath a dumb spirit.
Right, that's the dumb spirit, right? So he had a spirit on him that was inhibiting his ability to speak. Khan.
And wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him. And
Uh-huh.
he formeth and gnasheth with his teeth, and pineth away. And I spake to thy disciples that they should cast him out, and they could not.
Right, they couldn't. Hey, the disciples, they couldn't cast out this demon because remember, all demons are not on the same level. Just like how all angels on the right hand side, they're not on the same level. Like you got the archangels, they're over most of the angels in the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? You only have a few archangels like Gabriel and Michael, right? Those are two prime examples of archangels, and they'll be a little bit more, higher up. Right? You got Yahweh Shai, he's the chief one. You know what I'm saying? On the right hand side. Just like you got Satan. You got the little spiritual demon Satan on the left hand side. He'll be in charge of those demons, man. Right on the left hand side. But yeah, not every demon is going to be on the same level. Like even when you read the book of Tobit, you have Asmodeus. You know what I'm saying? That demon, he was a really strong demon, right? So
And that was a 1,000 level demon. Man.
right, gone. So they couldn't. Hey, these disciples, they couldn't cast out this demon. Right? Just like how us in this walk, we might have demons on us, spirits on us. We be dealing with a certain spirit, we may be dealing with a certain sin, and we can't cast out this sin. It's really because we don't have enough faith, man. That's why we got to be building up our faith, also our works. Because remember, with that faith comes also the works, right? Come on. So, come on, let's keep going.
God, it's like it.
Come on. Verse 19.
Verse 19.
Uh-huh.
He answered them and said, O faithless generation. It's like, O faithless generation,
Right?
how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him unto me.
Right. So that's what the Lord is saying unto us, man. Oh, faithless generation. You know?
The
Hey,
Lord is like it.
come
The
on.
Lord is kind of getting fed up.
Right, right.
The Lord
The
is
Lord.
kind of pissed off.
Right.
Pissed off.
God, the Lord is pissed off, man. Oh, faithless generation. You calling us faithless. You don't want to be counted faithless when all hell breaks loose. You don't want to be counted faithless when you have a shotgun, man. Right? What do you want to hear? You want to hear, well done, oh good and faithful servant,
Right.
not faithless. So we want to be faithful in the Lord, right? Because remember, it takes faith even to endure, man. Right? To endure in this truth. Because remember, this truth is also by endurance, right? It doesn't matter if you went hella hard for 3 years and fell out. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because you fell out eventually. You back in the world, you back smoking. Like it don't matter, right? But like it's really up to like endurance. So how you gonna get that endurance? Faith, man. But Con, you got it, King.
God, you want me to read?
Uh, yeah, you can just jump down to verse 23 and then you got it.
God, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh Shai said unto him, If thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth.
Right, so all things are possible. It's possible to overcome the sin that you're dealing with, man. Right, and I say that to myself too. It's possible for you to overcome a certain demon. It's possible. It's not impossible. You just gotta have that faith. You know what I'm saying, you really believe in the Lord. Kind of got it, King.
Good. This is the book of Mark, chapter 11 and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
It reads, "For verily," I'm starting verse 22. Because the Lord was heavy with this, right? When he walked on water, right? Hey, start drowning once you start losing faith, right? That your faith is literally what keeps you afloat in this truth,
right?
Because once you lose that faith, right, that one thing that you do faithless, right, that could cost you your life in this truth. That could cost you your life, right? That could cost you the kingdom,
right?
It says. Mark chapter 11 and verse 22. It says, And Yahweh Shai answering said unto them, Have faith in the Most High. Right? Plain upon tables. Right. It says, For verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, right? Or you could look at it as a burden,
Yeah.
right? A demon, right? You could look at it, this mountain as a mountain is nothing but a big obstacle, a big stone, a big rock, right? It's a hurdle, right? It says, for verily I say unto you that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, right? When you have faith, you can't have any doubt, right? Because that doubt is going to lead to, oh, well, I don't know if I could, I don't know if this is possible, right? I'm in this financial situation. I might not be able to come out of this. Like the Lord might not be able to deliver. You know, all these thoughts start racing through your head, right? You got 7 watchmen in your head.
Right, I
right?
gotta appreciate it.
Hey,
God,
God.
yeah, let's read it out.
And you kind of got to figure it out now.
Let's go. This book is right. Chapter 37, verse 14. It says, for a man's mind is sometimes wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above in a high tower. Oh, you got it.
Good. So your mind is just like back and forth. Like you got 7 watchmen upon the tower.
Right.
You got one saying this thing, then another saying that thing.
Right.
Well, one part of your mind is saying, "No, do this." You can't make up your mind.
Right.
Our people don't even know what they want for lunch.
Yeah.
Right. You want chickens. You want the chicken wings or the chicken tenders.
Got both.
You want a PB&J or you want a turkey sandwich. Our minds are all over the place. Right.
I got another precept for that.
Yeah.
Right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 5. It says, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. So sometimes, in your mind is like deep water sometimes, right? It's like a damn, like a damn ocean, Your mind could be an ocean for real, because you just thinking about all this type of stuff. You drowning in that water. But a man of understanding, he's going to draw out that water, man, right? He's going to basically keep afloat. He's not going to fall in that water. Right, like how it calls it. It's like how Paul said, your faith is what is keeping you afloat in this thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's a safety piece.
Come on. It's a safety piece.
You got to think of, because our people, we're very visual. Right? So you got to imagine these things kind of in your head. Like your faith, that's literally, you stranded in the middle of an ocean, right? Your mind is all over the place, like deep waters, right? Your faith is like a raft keeping you afloat.
Right.
And providing you with all the food that you can want.
Right.
So, verse 23 again, it says, for verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea. And we just go into that. And shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith.
Right.
So, hey, if you tell yourself, look, I can cast away this burden, right? This mountain being a burden, a demon, right? Anything, right? This hurdle in my life, right? I can cast it far off, right? You can do it through the spirit and power and the faith, having that faith of Yahweh while Yahweh shot.
That's right. You can do it. You can do it with the faith of Yahweh Bash and Yahweh Shah. Right, let's go to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. All right. It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 3. Right, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Right, so these precepts, Slaki, the prophecies, it's not going to tarry. It's going to surely come. But guess what? The difference between, you that's still in this truth, that's still enduring, and the brothers that have fell out, right? Actually, let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 24, right? Trying to give me Matthew 24, and let's get this precept real quick. Right? There's certain brothers that have lost patience in this thing, right? Hey, that's in Sirach chapter 2 as well. Right, but let's go to Matthew. Come on. Right. Fool, you do. Hey, we gotta get that
We
too.
gotta,
man.
yeah.
All right.
I got one too in second Ezra's.
Con, see that? Right. Yeah. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse number 48.
Matthew chapter 24, verse. Oh shoot. Yeah, verse 48.
Actually, it's lucky. Start at verse 44, but sure.
44.
Come.
Therefore be ye also ready,
Right?
for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh.
Right. So the Lord is coming in an hour that we don't know, that we don't think of. Right? But come. You got it.
It says, who then is a faithful and wise servant,
Right?
whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season.
Yeah, so the Lord said, who is that faithful and wise servant, man? We got to harp on those words. A faithful and wise servant. We have to be asking ourselves, are we a faithful and wise servant? You know? The Lord didn't say, who is that man with the 7-inch beard, right? And the that's 7 feet tall, right? With 7 fringes on and 144 inch kind of circumference fringe, you know?
Deep.
You got deep.
Descriptive.
Right. Nah, I was just like putting stuff out there. Right? Circumference. God. You know? It's not, hey, the Lord said the faithful and wise servant. We have to be faithful, you know? Con, you trying to keep going in that?
Kind of. It says, it's like here, verse 46,
right?
Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing.
Shall find what? Watch it, you know? Come.
Verily I say unto you, that he shall, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods.
That he shall what?
That he shall make him ruler over all his goods.
Right, so don't you want to be ruler over all the goods in the Most High? What's the goods in the Most High? This whole earth and the fullness thereof.
Right.
You know? Because the earth belongs to the Lord. So you'll literally be having dominion over all the earth, man. Jake, he just wants dominion over the street. You know?
Yeah,
this is my block right here.
Plain man dwelling in tents.
Yeah,
use that
plain man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's Jake. You know, Jake only wants that. Hey, we want more than a street, man. We want more than a block. And plus, Jake, you don't even own that block, too. Let's be for real. You know? Because as soon as Esau started pulling up in the block, y'all start running.
Did. That ain't your block no more.
That's not your block anymore. You know?
That's homie. That's Brandman block.
Yeah, exactly, man. Right? And plus, your block, what? Your block got potholes and street lights don't even work. So, you know, I don't know what Jake. Come on, yeah.
Your block looking kind of bad, brother.
Exactly. Come on. Right? So, you know, we strive to be ruler over all the Most High's goods, and that's literally the earth. The Lord said the meek shall inherit the earth, man. You know? Come on, you got it, King.
It says verse 48.
Right?
But if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming.
See that? So those are the brothers that have lost patience, that have lost faith. Come on, we can't lose faith, man. Lord willing, we never fall out. Right? Lord willing, that thought never comes into our mind, you know, that our Lord delays are coming. A brother that says that didn't even understand that it's all on the Most High's, you know, timeline. You know, like it's all on the Most High's timeline. So you can't say that the Lord is kind of late. What do you mean he's late?
Yeah,
you know, he's exactly on time. You got it, King.
I got precept for that. This is 2 Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, right, meaning the signs, right, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number.
Yeah.
And the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
Barren of faith. See that?
So do you wanna be barren of faith, or do you want to be on fire?
Right.
In a sense of, there's many ways to be on fire. Right. You want to be barren of faith, or do you want to have that trust in the Lord that He's going to deliver you? Right. You've been walking. Here you are in the middle of Jacob's trouble. Right. The city is burned down. Right. There's no food. Right. You've been walking for 30 days with sore feet. Right. You've been running half those days, 3 hours straight, just running. Right. Are you going to have faith in that day? right? When they're the last drop of water. You ever seen Madagascar and they ain't got no more water and they had to make a sacrifice? Hey, are you are you gonna have faith, right? When there's no more water, there's the last drop of water is gone. Are you gonna cry out to the Most High? Are you gonna be bearing the faith?
Yeah.
Right. So this sword, seeing the accounts of our forefathers is what's gonna build your faith up, especially in these last days, because our forefathers was going through heavy things, and those were things that were much lighter than what we go through presently. Even though we're in the worst captivity there is, we still go through light affliction compared to what our forefathers went through.
Right. Exactly. And you trying to hold that, you're trying to get Luke 17:5 up, show? Come on that, because what the brother was saying, there's multiple ways you can increase your faith. One prime example is reading the acts of your forefathers, man. How did they maneuver?
Right.
How did they, beseech the Most High, right? How did they, have their faith? Because in the Hebrews 11 and verse 2, it says that by faith the elders obtain a good report. Abraham, it will show you, and it goes deep into it, man. Enoch was translated because of his faith. Abraham, he left. That's the spirit. He left the land of his nativity. Came into a strange land because of what? Faith. You know what I'm saying? Abraham was justified by faith. That's Galatians 3:6.
Abraham was willing to sacrifice his only son without question.
Right.
Was willing to burn his son alive and give it up to the Lord.
Right.
Without question.
And on right, exactly. I'm also led to believe upon speculation. Abraham being a just and righteous man, he kind of knew he had that faith, basically, right? That the Most High wouldn't suffer him to do that.
Right.
Right. That's what I see. Like also in that too. Yeah,
and then on top of that, you got to think Isaac was spared at the almost last second. It was almost like some real last minute stuff.
Yeah.
His son was spared. The Lord allowed him to spare his son, and then he passed on his blessing to his son. Mm-hmm. So how much more us? We know what's going to happen. We stay up late studying, right? We wake up early to study to understand the things that are coming to pass. How much more us, and Lord willing, the Lord, saves us in a nick of time, man.
Right.
Right. All because of our faith. Here you are, you're about to get your head chopped off or sliced or shot, right? And then the Lord just allows whatever that is to not prosper, right? No weapon formed against you will prosper, right? So, the Lord might save you in the nick of time because of your faith.
Yeah. God. All praises. Right. Did you bring that up or come? You gonna bring it out?
Right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 5. It says, "And the apostles said unto the Lord, increase our faith."
What they say?
They said, increase our faith.
Increase our faith. So if you want to increase your faith, you got to come to the Lord directly, man. Right? Praying unto him, increase my faith. Increase my faith, increase my wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Increase my labors. Right? That's how we increase our faith in this thing.
God. And even with that, you gotta pray that the Lord increases the ministry, because we build each other up.
Right.
We build each other. When you see a brother on fire, right, that's gonna make you be on fire. That's gonna build you up. That's gonna build up your faith as well. Yeah. So we build each other up.
Right.
So you gotta pray that the Lord sends out more laborers as well.
Right.
And grow the ministry.
I got precept for that. This is the book of Romans chapter 14 verse 1. Him that is weak in the faith. You see that? Him that is weak in the faith receive ye, but not to doubtful disputations. So the Lord said, those of you that's strong in the faith, receive those that are weak in the faith. A brother that, and it goes on to say, the brother that says, brother, we can't eat meat.
Yeah.
That's sacrifice to idols. So he would be like, example, like a brother that's kind of weak in the faith, like he'd be saying, hey, brother, we can't eat meat. He's like, why are you doing that lamb on the Passover? Kind of.
But the question you on the lamb with the
right? You see that?
Why are you bringing it out? Why are you bringing out the Passover?
Yeah, come on, So brother may be weak in the faith, he's just coming in, so you have to receive him because you may be stronger than the faith. So we build each other up. That's Proverbs 27 verse 17 as well, right? Iron sharpeneth iron. Your iron might be sharper than his iron if you have ears to hear. So he may you sharpen each other, you get sharper and you sharpen him. You give him precepts, right? He might give you precepts. You might give him a breakdown. He gives you breakdowns, right? So that's
Like they say, each one teach one.
right. Each one teach one, exactly. Come. You on that and unless you had a precept.
It's not really a precept. It's just a point.
Okay, fine.
I keep going.
No, actually, let's keep going in Matthew. Come, Matthew 24 and verse 48 again. Come.
16, 11, Matthew chapter 24 and verse 48. It says, and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken.
Going back into the world, man. Come, go ahead.
And remember Lot's wife.
Right.
The Lord of that servant shall come in the day when he looketh not for him, and in the hour that he is not whereof, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
There should be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. Right? He's gonna cut you down. Right?
You're not even thinking. When you think you're all good, when you think it's all good,
right?
That's when the Lord is gonna come.
Right. Exactly. How the Lord said when he is about to fill his belly, he's about to. Hey, that's talking about Esau, but also on the spiritual level, talking about reprobates as well. 2/3 when they're about to fill their belly, when they're about to go into the damn club and turn up,
and spend the check.
Right, spend the check, spend the stimmy, Right. That's when the Most High is gonna cut him down. Remember, it says, I'm gonna come upon you like a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I'll come upon thee. Right? You're not gonna know when the Lord's gonna come upon you. He can literally pull up, right? Just like how he pulls up on Jake, right in the hood. It's a drive-by. You didn't suspect that Jake could pull up on you. It's like 3:00 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It'll be early. It might be early. It might be late. You know what I'm saying? And that's the cock crowing in the that's Mark chapter 13. Hey, you don't know when the Lord's gonna come. Right. Yeah, that's it on that.
Okay,
Yeah, your precept point.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 8, and verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
It reads, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land.
Right.
Now, what is a famine? That's like a scarcity. Right. It says, not a famine of bread, nor thirst for water. Right? Because a famine, that's not always going to consist of food. Right. This is a special famine. It says, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to come a time where there won't be prophets out on the streets trying to wake up the 12 tribes. The 12 tribes sign, and that's going to be, your brother's not going to start bring that to camp in the days to come. You can forget about, you putting off coming to camp. Now you want to come, right? And the brother's not out there, right? The Lord said there's going to be a famine of hearing the words of the Most High. What are you going to do when YouTube is shut down? What are you going to do when StreamYard is shut down?
See that?
What are you going to do when Instagram is shut down, when you can't look at that one post about the 12 tribes chart? What are you going to do when all these things start happening? There's literally, everything starts getting taken down, right? Mm-hmm. Channels getting striked and taken off, right? And these things are happening quickly. So, the Lord, he said he's going to send a famine of the word, meaning people. And when there's a famine, when people are starving to death, right? They get tired, they get ravenous, they get angry, right? They get a taste for anything. Right. Any doctrine might be acceptable in that day.
Right.
As long as it pertains as long as it has something to do with the Bible, a little smidget to do with the Bible, hey, anything's going to be acceptable in that day, right? Because people are going to run to and fro looking for the truth because they didn't get it while they could. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. It's like kind of even to the east they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. Right, so people aren't going to be able to find the word of the Lord in the days to come. Right, when the Lord comes as a thief in the night.
Right.
It says, "In that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst." Right, they that swear by the sin of Samaria and say that God or Dan liveth in the manner of Beersheba liveth, even they shall fall and never rise up again. Right? So in those days, it's going to be a famine of the word. Right? Nobody's gonna. It's not going to be. Let me turn on YouTube and watch the brothers bring out the word about faith.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to kind of depend on what you got on that day.
Yeah.
Right? Wisdom shall be the stability of thy times.
Mm-hmm. Salvation. Yeah. And how you going to get wisdom if you don't have that faith? You know, it's all connected.
And all trickles down.
All trickles down.
And all trickles
you
down.
know, how you gonna have the works if you don't have the faith? How you gonna have the wisdom if you don't have the faith?
Right.
Right.
This is the book of James, chapter 2.
Right.
Book of James, chapter 2, and verse 20. 26.
Oh, 26.
I'm sorry, verse 20. It says, Okay, let's start verse 20. It says, "But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead." Right? So, like the brother was going into, how can you have works without faith? They coincide, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna jump down to verse 26. It says, it says, "For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also." Right? So you have to have both. Right? You can't keep the commandments and have no faith.
Right.
You can't have faith and keep the commandments.
Right.
Right. How can you believe, like we read the first scripture you brought out, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Right? How can you believe in doing something, right? I'm gonna put it like this: how can you do something and you don't even believe the purpose of what you're doing it for? You don't believe in the Lord, but yet you want to wear fringes. What's the point? It's vanity at that point,
right?
Because you don't even believe the reason you're doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, King.
Come on. That's right. Man. Come on. Yeah. You gotta have that faith. You gotta have that faith mixed in with those works. Let's go to 2 Ezra 9. Right. Look at 2 Ezra chapter 9. I'm sorry, verse 1. Man. Right, because this 2 Ezra 9 is fire. He says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest began to visit the world which he made." So, literally, we're living in the end days. How do we know that? Because the Lord told us to measure thou the time diligently, right? So we're measuring the times. We're seeing what time we're living in, right? It says what? "And when thou seest part of the signs past." So we see the signs happening. Mentioned in the book of 2 Ezra. Mentioned in the book of Matthew chapter 24. Mentioned in Luke chapter 21. Mentioned in Mark chapter 13. Right? Mentioned in the book of Revelation. Right? Mentioned throughout all the Bible. We see these signs happening. So we understand what time we're living in. The Lord said that in the end times, this shall happen. The Lord said in the end times, it's plain upon tables. But it's not plain upon tables for everybody.
Yeah.
Come on. Right. So it says what? Wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And this should also build up for faith too. That literally the Bible is real. For example, what's happening on the West Coast right now? You have a lot of backed up ships, right? What it'll tell you in the book of Revelation, chapter 18, that there will be ships in the sea when Babylon the Great will fall, and they'll bewail Babylon's destruction. That's showing you what it's literally biblical prophecy. Now, if Babylon gets hit by these missiles and those ships are over there, hey, so that hey, the Lord is a mastermind, man. Right? Con, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world. So we see earthquakes, we see upwards of the people, right? Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So the Lord already knew that it was going to happen, man. The Lord already knew. The Lord already knows what you're going to do tomorrow, man. Right? That's the omnipotent thing, the Most High. He already knows what you're going to do tomorrow, right? Verse 5. For like as all that is in the made, that is made in the world, have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and the endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. You see that? So you got to have those works and that faith. Don't think we're just Christians up here, man, that say all you got to do is believe in the name of Jesus Christ and you're saved. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what we're saying. We're saying you got to have the faith in the Most High God, but also have those works to back up that faith. That's what we're doing in that video. We're doing a video. That's part of the works. You know what I'm saying? That's what works. If it was just faith, if it was just like, all you got to do is literally just, just confess. That's all you got to do. Then we wouldn't, we don't really have to make a video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
anybody could have figured that out.
Right. Just it's easy, It would be easy then, right? But it's not that easy, right? And if Slocky, I'm trying to pull a precept for me. Let's go to Romans 10:4, right? Because this is what precept they'll pull, right? To basically back up, like all you got to do is basically just believe, right?
This is Romans chapter 10 and verse 4. For Hamashiach is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believeth.
Right, unto everyone that believes. So, like, if you believe, that's all you need. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to keep your commandments. That's not what that's saying. Because even when you let's go to verse 9.
Verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
But if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Yahushai,
right,
and shalt believe in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved.
Thou shalt be saved. See that? So they say all you got to do is confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, and you'll be saved. So if the Lord said in the book of Matthew chapter 7, right, verses 13 on down, the Lord said, straight is the way and narrow is the way that leadeth to destruction, and few there be that find. Right? So narrow is a way. It means it is hard to get to the kingdom.
Right.
In Acts chapter 14, verse 22, it says that through much tribulation we shall enter the kingdom of God. So if that's literally all you have to do, how's that hard? Explain that to me. How's that hard to say Jesus is Lord? Jesus Christ is Lord. Like, you don't that it's just like 2 words. It's just like 3 words, bro. Right? 4 words.
You'd be calling God a liar.
Yeah. See that? So literally it's not just that. That's the first step. And so showing you that faith, like how we brought on Hebrews 11:6, that's that first step. You gotta keep those commandments. Right? And also build up that faith to a very, very high level. But you gotta kick. Yeah, 20 precepts. God. All right, yeah. What's up? Slide, we'll just go back to here in Hebrews real quick. Or Slide, Habakkuk. It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 4. Right? It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So that's how the just are going to live, by faith in the Most High, right? That's how we maneuver in this society, by faith. You run into a problem, you're not really tripping though, because you have faith in the Most High.
That's right.
Hey, that should also bring down your trust when you trust in the Lord. Like, because a lot of these people in the world, they don't trust in the Lord. That's why the stress level is so high. You know, sometimes I'll be doing that with my school too. You know, I'll be like, it's due tomorrow, so that means due tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's due tomorrow, so that means due tomorrow, man.
And they be playing upon tables.
Yeah, playing upon tables. I don't have to. I'm not worrying about it. You know. So that's playing it by faith, basically. If the Lord got him, He got him. He got him. All right. So come on.
Move that mountain, man.
Move that mountain. That's right.
That burden.
That's it. That's it for you. All right, come on. So yeah, it's been a quick video, you know what I'm saying? 45 minutes of the spirit. Probably Yahweh Bash Shah. Lord willing, this is edifying. It's your brother Yasharala.
Brother Yakal.
Can't come back to yet. And the video to the spirit, probably Yahweh Bash Shah. It's live in ATL to the spirit, right? Kwam Yasha.
Righteous link ups. Kwam Yasha.
Right, the righteous link ups. Kwam Yasha. Allah.
Shalom.
Shalom.